Welcome back. It's our Parents Empowerment segment here now with UConn professor Marlon James. Urban reform is sort of your forte and helping parents to empower students, getting them on track for college. But your background is fascinating. Grew up in Southside Chicago.
Yes, indeed.
One of 6 kids, single-parent home. You made it a success story. What got you out of the situation that you were in?
Well, it was my mom, to be honest. She defied, I think, many of the stereotypes that people associate with single-parent urban mothers. She did a lot of really wonderful things with all 6 of us. She kept us out of gangs. She ensured that we did our homework regularly at night. She forced us to get things right, to be on time, to be well-spoken, to be having the appropriate manners. And she really invested a lot of herself into allowing us to fulfill our dreams.
So she belied a lot of stereotypes out there about urban moms. They don't care about school, they don't care about their kids. You find more times than not that's not the case when you talk to these households.
Definitely. You find more times than not. That's why it's a stereotype, because typically the evidence don't support people's notions, and you find that the vast majority of parents want their kids to go to college. Surveys across the country, been conducted for the last 20 years, find that around 90% of African American parents want their kids to go to college. They care tremendously about their kids. The challenge is they also have very busy lives. They're confronting several factors that they trying to deal with simultaneously while trying to raise their children and find jobs and find health care and all those things. So
you made your life's work now to help other parents empower themselves to help their children. Let's talk about the things you can do to, at home, improving the academic and social development of your children. Okay. Let's talk real quick. One, values. A lot of times there are mixed messages about values, what someone will learn at home and then what happens at school. How do you stay consistent with kids when it comes to talking about values?
I think part of it is simply having a quality relationship with your child, and in the sense that you make time to talk to them about the messages that they're receiving at school.
And what are values? What are we talking about when we say values? That's sort of a broad term. 2 quick examples. What are values?
Well, one example of an academic value, for example, that translates well to college is the quality of homework. One, if your kid is not receiving homework, that means the kid is not being prepared for a college experience, because the vast majority of college experience is about the products that students bring to class. Now, if a kid is not bringing homework home on a daily basis, that means that there's a value disconnect there. If you want your kid to go to college, they should be receiving homework. So that needs to be communicated to the teacher. I expect my child to have homework nightly, and if they don't have homework, then you create homework for yourself. You create homework for your child, particularly around areas where you know that they need help with.
So helping them understand that, hey, homework helps you get on track for college.
Definitely.
But before that comes understanding why college is so important, finding why college is the relevance.
Right.
Talk about the power hour. We have a few minutes left. You have POWER, power hour.
Yes.
Break it down real quick for us.
Well, my wife and I, Carrie, we're both educators, so we came up with a concept. We have 3 children, and we find it, like every family, hard to really fit in time where we can work with our children around their academic performance. So what we came up with the acronym POWER HOUR, which stands for Parent Organizer for Writing, what is it?
See, those long acronyms, but it's about parents empowering themselves.
Right. It's Parent Organizer for Reading, Enrichment, and Writing.
Okay, gotcha.
Or Parent Organizer for Writing, Enrichment, and Reading. And what that allows parents to do is to spend, they have about an hour worth of time in a day where they can spend helping children.
Make it quality time, QT
right,
with your parents.
Quality time. And so they can break those times up and be very effective in targeting reading, targeting writing, targeting mathematics, targeting interest-based learning for their children. And every parent can do this. And so we're rolling out different ideas about how to do that. We'll be talking in Windsor on June the 8th after school to parents and trying to get parents to refocus on some very simple ideas of things that they can do to help their kids.
Okay. Something else you mentioned, spending 5 minutes each day with your child to ask them about decisions or challenges they had that day at school.
Definitely.
Very interesting. You learn a lot by asking a kid what happened in school today, right?
Right. And it's just not, you don't, what you don't say is, how was school today? The kid would say, fine.
Good. My daughter says good.
You want to ask very specific questions like, how was your math today? What did you learn?
Right.
You want to ask them, did you make quality decisions today? And as they begin to talk about, okay, well, Dad, I had a problem with a kid. What happened with that kid? What decisions did you make? How could you have done better? So you help the kid process, and it really only takes about 5 minutes a day to do that.
I had a question with my daughter, same thing. I found out they had a substitute teacher. Teacher had a meltdown in the classroom, was calling the kids all kind of names, and so the teacher's gone. But just by asking a question, how does school go today, and probing, you found that you can find things out. Sometimes things that really traumatize a kid, but if you don't ask them, they won't tell you. Let's go real quick in my 3 minutes. Preparing students for college. You're saying the first thing is start very early.
It starts at birth. If you start to prepare your kid for college and high school, that's too late. It starts at birth. Birth, which means that you need to have a quality environment at home for your child where learning is central all the time, because kids are learning all the time.
30 seconds. Applying for college, also very important, learn the process there. And you're saying also visit colleges early. Let the kids visualize that and understand the process. Real quick now, as far as developing a love of learning, and let's talk about boys in particular. We know that boys have, there's a disconnect and disparity in learning. About 15 seconds. For folks who have young sons there, what can you do to engage boys in learning?
Well, look at what they like to play with. The majority of lives of boys is spent around play. So look at what they like to play with, and then tie your learning at home to what their interests are. That's very simple.
Quick example: if they like to play with blocks or whatever, then
well, if a kid likes to build things, more than likely they're kinesthetic. So you build your learning around kinesthetic things, and mathematics, particularly in science, and use the internet to help find different things that they can manipulate online and use their hands to do.
Make it fun.
Make it fun.
All right, Marlon James. Want to thank all our guests. Professor James, Mike Thibault, Jason Bartlett, and Penny Bakayaki. You can send your show comments or requests. Or you can watch us again at ctnow.com/Stan and friend us on Facebook. Become a fan of the Stan Simpson Show. We're on Twitter, too, so look out for our tweets. For the good folks here at Fox 61, I'm Stan Simpson. We'll see you next week.